I can go back to see if I can find some funeral programs and I can verify that.
Now we don't want to what hell
Hey,
no.
We can verify the.
hey,
Did y'all know that I just recently found out since I've been adult that granddad's name was Willie C. Johnson Jr. We never knew that growing up. I
see,
never heard it, but I saw it in a book.
that's
I'll
what I
show y'all the book.
see, and I say all the time, Dee, you should be if your calling in life would probably been a historian, because I tell you, you keep
That's why I
track.
shut up.
Man, you got to know your place. Like, if you got to know if. Cause I know Aunt Dee, you keep. I joke and I meant that you keep these obituaries, but it's unique that
it's history.
It's history. Yeah,
right.
And I remember Grandma did have two things I remember about Grandma very well. With three things, I know she drunk those caffeine free Cokes. Okay, them gold cans.
Oh, don't forget the Pepsi first.
I remember RCs. I don't remember the Pepsi. I remember the RCs. Then I remember her hats. Her hat collection was extraordinary.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And then it's like she kept
handkerchiefs and lace.
Yeah, she made handkerchiefs and things.
Yep.
She made them. Trust me, there's plenty of times she had to get on us from playing with that sewing machine, that singer. Like, but she did keep funeral programs, and those are the type of things that I'm keep. It's a paper copy, and I know I talked about doing a digital one, and people are doing it already because it's history and it's local history as well. But this is something I'm so intrigued by. I don't go and collect them from everybody, but I do want to. But hey, I'm gonna talk. But this is what for. If you can go back and look, don't do it now, but do it later. And I want to know, okay, start coming back or the reunions, and that's what I'm gonna touch on tonight too. If we gonna make time for it, because I know we've been talking about doing another family reunion, and right here, I want to make sure we have this information nice and out and ready for everybody.
Love it, man. 25 lighters on my dresser, yes sir. I got to get paid. Bit that it won't be a little hit. Go read a book, you illiterate son of a bitch. Step up your vocab. Don't be surprised. Patience to these false accusations. They faking the shaking, cause the money you're making. Bricks some money on the dresser. Drive a compressor. Top notch. Get the most.
So, y'all, so we talked a little about history and past. When you think of the family and where we were, what can you say? Like when y'all coming up, where did from coming together, from us enjoying one another to the struggles that we have? What do y'all have to say? From back in the day before when y'all was coming up, like in y'all 20s and 30s.
Well, coming up, my parents would always celebrate our birthdays. That was a big deal to them. They made sure they had a birthday dinner. Mom would just cook up everything she could find in the kitchen for our birthday, and we all get together and celebrate. That's other than the special holidays. They made us feel special through our birthdays. Every one of us. They'll set a date. If it was a day in the during the week that our birthday fell on, they put it on the weekend, and everybody would come down, even the Fort Worth group. That was special to us. To me, anyway. Me and my twin.
Oh yeah. How about you, Uncle Rod, Aunt Dee? What is something that when y'all think about the family from when you up and coming, the pictures you be sending me all the time, Aunt Dee, when you said it the other day, when you sent me that photo, Uncle Burl and you and my mother is all sitting down. What was that feeling like? Because it seemed like y'all used to party all the time. Like,
you're running them old house over on Kirkwall. Okay. When Rodney was holding Ebony in the chair, Nisha was sitting on the side of him. Burl was clowning as usual because he making gestures in the picture, and I'm laughing about something that he probably said. I can't remember what he said, but when we come forward, our headquarters was always over in Wendy's house. When she lived over on Holborn Street, and then when she went to Highland Hills over there on Kirkwall. Lots of memories, lots of fun times there. Yes.
we used to always, we were family. It ain't like family. It seems like family today is kind of split apart. Certain section of the family do their own thing. Back then it was one. And like Dee said, my mama believed in cooking. Okay, believing all of us getting together as one and just having a Wayne Dane dude. Okay,
she did that.
Now, you said Colvin. Never will forget the address: 1736 East Colvin. Never forget it. Right there in Carr Park, Fort Worth. In 1167 Kirkwall Drive, Fort Worth. We've had so many gatherings at those two places, unbelievable. Like say, when your mom was living brand and all of us got together, my mother was the type of person to make sure that family was going to get together no matter what.
Even on Sycamore Creek.
That's right. She said, Brandon, you said something earlier that was very, very unique. When the other families see this, leave your feelings at home or put it to the side. You didn't bring them feelings at my mama's house. When we came together, we were family.
Right.
You had issues, you stay outside till you checked it outside the door. When you came in, we were gonna have a good time because she just believed in that. She believed in that. I used to get on my mom all the time about Christmas. And I guess I have an old soul. And my mom would not let Christmas come by and everybody in the family had something from her.
From her. Everybody.
I will say that that is a fact. That is a fact.
Even if she knew you were bringing somebody with you, she'd find a little something for them.
You know, and I used to get on. I said, "Mom, why you do this?" She said, "Son, this is me. That's just what I do." But she just believed in that. I think she just wanted the family to always be like glue, to stick together, to cover each other, and remember, we're family. We're family. And I think it's so unique. When I ain't gonna say if, I'm gonna say when, because I believe that we will get together again as a family. But I don't remember what reunion this was, Brenda. Maybe you remember. It was in Tyler when we had a family reunion. And I never forget the OJ song, Family Reunion. I believe it was down there at that park somewhere.
It was 94. It was. I think it was. I remember that was the first family reunion I remember.
That was a great family reunion.
And in my 35 years of living, we still ain't touched that one yet. Like we didn't have some good coming togethers, but that one right there, man, because we had the Johnson side, we had the Wards, we playing baseball. I know one of y'all.
Awards. I don't care what we have, we're gonna always have the Wards.
And shout out to the Wards, much love to y'all. And we got I'm gonna have to bring all y'all on in the near future too, so I can get the makings of y'all too, because I know y'all have stories and experiences as well. But man, when I say I know one of y'all have the picture somewhere. You find I have the picture somewhere too.
My thing fell.
We had a big picture. I'm talking about a huge picture of all of us together. And I remember
it was at the Cedars. Cedars of Lebanon.
That's what it was, when the brother.
It was a Cedars of Lebanon.
That was the one before that. Which one is Cedars of Lebanon? I don't know the name of the place. Okay.
The purple shirts with gold.
The purple and gold shirts. That's how I remember.
Right. It was Cedars of Lebanon. That's where we had.
And I'm telling you, I would never. That was such a good time. Just wholesome feelings, and like Uncle Rod was saying, it could have been something going on before that, but then and there, it was just positive, fun, laughter, and that's why I like it. I don't even know how much it cost. It ran, but I just know we had shirts. People, we had good food, Barbie. We had really good food, and it, I'm very particular on that. And if my viewers know how I am about my food. So, but when I tell you, it was just that's something I always want to recreate, because it was, and we came close. But I'm telling you, if you wasn't there, and I had to be 7 years old, maybe. I was young.
Y'all sitting on the front row.
And I remember sitting on the front row, and I used it because I was saying I was very what's the word we can use? I was very playful as a kid, or outgoing. And I'm like, I look back, I'm like, ooh, I don't remember doing that, but that was me. I was very, still an outgoing kid, and just happy. But that showed my joy and my happiness, and that's what family. So that's something that I'm like, with our generation coming up or here and then, that's what we got to start working towards that. So how frequently, and y'all have mentioned already how frequent we met and came together, and and how can we continue to do that in y'all opinion, like right now? Because we went through a phase. Once again, right after that, it felt like we lost a lot of people in the 90s.
We did.
It was consistent. I would say that. Like it was
bam, bam, bam.
Every time I looked up, it's like, man, it's happening. And
let me tell you how severe it was. Please. My kids, including y'all, y'all, my kids, had gone in the backyard. I had sent y'all outside to rake up the leaves and stuff. And Gwen got me and said, have you seen what those kids are doing out there in the backyard? I said, no. And I looked out there in the backyard, and you know what you guys had done? Made graves. Y'all shaped them leaves. It was one grave beside another grave, and I just couldn't understand it. And we talked about that. This is all these kids have seen here lately, and that's what they were doing. And that's why they were expressing themselves.
Where y'all was it? Your yard when they did that?
My backyard. You remember?
No, I don't remember that.
Yeah, they made graves.
I believe it though. I honestly believe it though.
Yeah.
Because when I say, we talk. Well, we didn't talk about it, but on the show we talked about how, in Black families, in therapy and counseling, we don't really face it. We come more familiar with it now. Okay. And you still ain't nobody told you just because you go to a counselor you can't have Jesus. No, I don't. That's nowhere said in my view. And
not either.
But when I tell you, doing this show, it was I found I was depressed as a child, things that I kind of ignored. And even though I'm majoring in psychology, bachelor in it, whatever the case may be, it's just to the point where personally I still try to ignore it, that I was just going through a tough time. But when the amount of consistent a funeral, a death, death, and or a heart attack, stroke, it was a lot that we went through. And so with that experience that we had, it's just how do we continue to we manage, we come together and we can have our disagreements and things at times, but like I know when I was talking to Anki and Shanae, the Simmons girls, that I kind of expressed to them, they were like, they figured they were in their 20s when that was happening. Okay. And when that was my childhood. That was me as a kid. That was me young, and so it came to the point that I really started to focus like, I got to appreciate family. Because once again, we had that, it's like to that mix. We had the family reunion, that whole thing, that good positive I know we had. Then we had, like, after the funerals,
it was getting us prepared.
Yeah, but we were still arguing and bickering and stuff. I saw that too as a child. I recognized that, and once again, and me being older, and that may be the ways we kind of dealt with the hurt that we had. But and it's like now, like
that's possible,
and that's how I'm looking at it. Like usually it was big fallings out right after a funeral, and I'm like, how can we continue? How can we break that? That's how I'm looking at it. Because I've been here a long time, and I'm seeing that pattern. Okay, I see the cycle. How can we? Because it's I wish y'all can have y'all forever. Y'all know I do, but that's not going to be like that.
Right.
So I'm trying to.
We're gonna get out of here. We just don't know when.
Exactly. So I'm trying to plan and prepare. How can we continue? Well, not continue. How can we go forward with that love, that positive and understanding of like, hey, we ain't gonna be here forever, but this what I want. This what I want to see for the future.
Right.
This is what I want y'all to be. So that, and this is a conversation. It's all love to have for y'all, like y'all feelings, y'all thoughts, and perspectives on this.
But Brenda, let me say this: Daddy them had a thing. Brenda can vouch for this. The Brenda them used to fight one another on the weekend. They get drinking and bust sheetrock out in the walls back at the house, and Uncle Zach be out there and they fixing sheetrock. He could do just about anything. Fix the stove, fix sheetrock, whatever. He could do. But they did that. They cussed and fight one another, but nobody else can do it. then next day or two after that alcohol wore off, they back to normal. But they had many weekends when they get together, they get drinking, acting a fool, and jump on say things that they shouldn't say. Sometimes you can't take back, but it happens.
Understanding. Once again, some people can hold on to it forever, but my thing is I'm all about having a resolution to it. Okay.
Right.
And it's to the point, I know it ain't gonna be perfect, but that's the thing about us. We are perfectly imperfect. That's the best way to put it. And it's just like now, like I know recently, I'm thinking about, I'm going through these names right here. From the generations, Brinda and Dee, I thank y'all so much because y'all like that generation, y'all the last two. Okay. And then Uncle Rod, you leading of us, and we've, and God rest, Patrick, and oh man, I still got to make time, like make the time once again. We all can have it if you can make it, but I know I have so much of his music on one of these hard drives that I was able to sit down with him. Like right the year I got married, me and Pat was like talked every day. He'll call and check on me. And once again, he knew more probably I knew. And well, I know he knew than I knew, but man, like I remember sitting down with him. Kind of how Uncle Rod be trying to grab me when when I come up there. Like I spend like all day with Pat. I mean, all from the break of dawn to the evening. And it was, and I remember sitting like I was trying to teach him how to move his music into different forms so he won't lose it because he has so much music. And that's a talent. Same thing, Uncle Bert. I know we got some people that had talent and musicians in the family, and I'm like, man, I know I have it, and that's why I say even with this, like I may have all this little music I have behind it, but I would love to have him instill into what I'm doing here because he's being creative.
You could have him in the background,
and because. But when I'm saying with our generation, even now, like something can happen to me tomorrow, we don't know. Okay.
Right.
And
I just try guarantee.
And that's why I try to tell, I see these young ones, they out partying, having fun. They doing their own little different things. But when I come up there and once again, I try to see as many people as possible because, hey, that's what I feel like. Everything y'all saying, that's still instilled in me as well. Whether I run from it or not, it is what it is. That's just us. And because I wasn't there for everything in Clayton. I've been to Clayton, I've been around some of it. I know some of these names that I recognize but I just feel like I was there, it's just a spirit. Right. So I'm just thinking like, how can we continue? What should we do? I try to, that's one of the reasons I'm doing this right here. It's just, let's have these conversations. Let's talk. Because I wish they could see all the things that I saw, or saw the things that y'all saw, that's something that I wish for them as well. And I want them to see, I wish y'all could see everything they see as well. Cause that's one thing I'm bringing them on. Cause they having a whole different perspective on things in life.
Brent, I'm gonna say this. When Daddy used to come to Fort Worth, by Winnie being his oldest daughter, she liked to cook and he knew she knew that he liked her steak and biscuits. That was his first request. Am I lying, Rodney? He wanted him some steak and biscuits. He wanted him some steak and biscuits when he comes to town. That's like he gonna win to fix his steak and biscuits, son. And then we can do steak and biscuits. We go to Good Luck over there off of Rosedale. Yeah, we did that for years.
Excuse me.
And when come that was it what's that syrup? I think it was Grandpa's favorite syrup.
Sugar cane.
Yep, there it is. With the rabbit.
Sugar cane.
That's brother. You talking about two different syrups. You talking about Brother Rabbit.
Which one came in the can? Like the cane.
Sugar cane.
That thick cane steak.
That sugar cane syrup.
And that sugar in it. You put plenty of butter in there with it, okay?
Yes, that's it. That's
it. Get them biscuits and sop them boogers all together.
Right. Sugar cane.
Syrup, let that syrup run across his plate.
That when I tell y'all that is like a memory that's instilled, that's there.
Hey, steak and cheese and biscuits.
That going to Speedy Pantry to pick up tackle and stuff on before going fishing. These type of stories, like it looked great when I would sit down and talk to Uncle Rod when he had more experience. Same thing when I talked to my other cousins that's older than myself. It's like, but I lived with him, so I saw a lot of ins and outs, and I saw his later years as well, and they're still positive in my life. It's just something different, but it's just something I love having. The men in my family, that's still, and I want to continue for them to step up, because we're important. I said on the previous episode, I think it may have been a Mother's Day special, that I've had a lot of influential women such as yourselves, Mon and Winnie, that, have taught me so many different things. All y'all done taught me something different, and I'm blessed to have that.
Yeah.
But man.
Well, I got to make this comment.
Please.
I kudos to the men in our family. They have been great dads. Mm. They are good providers. They got that from JD. Now, the guys in our family, they take care of their families.
Ooh. I think I'll say if JD was here right now, that was going to my question. If JD and Estella was here right now, same thing with the rest of everyone else. What would y'all want to? What would y'all want to like? What did you think they would say and do? Like, I think, oh man, like at Destiny's and Melvin's wedding, man, it was it was beautiful, very tearful moment. So,
there was tearful moments.
But when I tell you, I think I told you across the table on Brinda, man, when I saw Destiny and Dante dancing, I just thought of Uncle Burrow, because I'm like, it's just like, wow, and it's something that seeing us grow up and have these type of relationships, and that once again, it's just that connection of love and the goofiness and playful. Like Didi said, he gonna say something crazy. When they talk about how Dante, how he goofy, first person I think of, he probably got that from
Uncle Burrow. He did get that from Uncle Burrow.
Yeah, burgers could come down there, and Burger go around to the bootlegger house and tell them don't tell nobody. All you gotta do is don't tell it. I can't wait to tell it.
Man, seriously. Once again, because we have those type of stories that everybody is able to know and understand.
And when and I think our entire family was balling over Destiny and Dante.
Man,
because we know what they've been through.
Mm-hmm.
Mainly.
Mm-hmm.
And then to see them out there just happy on a happy note, it just, oh my God, it just filled my heart. Filled my heart.
And that's what's sad when I know she was what they both talking about. They were surprised we were coming down from Seattle. I'm like, y'all think I'm gonna pass up something positive that I can make it? And
it's something that's a blessing. We're all getting together on a happy note, and we're not getting together because somebody died.
Right. Exactly. So these are the type of things that I want to continue to grow with the family.
And
it's something like, so if something in the family, I'm gonna start with Uncle Rod. If it's something in the family that you want to see a change in, what would you want to see?
I would like to see more unity and not so much divisiveness. And let me tell you why I say that. Because we're one family, but there are things going on that I don't know about that's happening in my cousins, them home, and I ain't got to know every detail. I don't want to get all in the Kool-Aid like that. But I think every now and then we need to set some time aside to say, hey, we're going to do this as a family. We need to know what's going on day to day. I mean, you got a problem, can I help you with it, okay? What's going on? Because these kids are growing up. I don't know what they're facing every day. I'm sure I could help these kids in a lot of things. I've been in the school system now for about 8 or 9 years. I know probably we got children in our family that's probably struggling in school. They need some encouragement, but if they don't live in my household, I don't know that. I think we need to not have no secrets. We need to be open, and we need to be real with each other. Right. We're not perfect beings. We all got issues. So I think if this family can come together and say, hey, I'm facing this. I don't need to know the details that you're facing, but I'm having a problem, and like, can you pray for me in this area? Can you do this? We need to do that because we don't know what's going on.
You took the words out of my mouth. I said, man, I can't, how can I pray for you if I don't know if you're going through something? I pray for you no matter what. I do the over and comes pray for my family, friends, and the people that don't even know me. But I absolutely thank you. I'm with that.
Well, with me now being the oldest male, okay, and I think about this all the time. And you made a statement, and I hope that my grandfather, he was looking down his name. I would love for him to say, Grandpa, job well done. That's what he called me, was Grandpa. Okay, and I got the majority of who I am is because of him. I took a lot of notes as a little boy working in Tyler, Texas in the summer and saving my money, and he taught me how to open up bank accounts and how to save for a rainy day and all these type of things. I learned that from him. And I just think our family just need to know that, first of all, we love each other. We are family. We're not a family that's divided 3, 4, 5 pieces. We one family. But I think a lot of times we get into our own individual shells, and we think we got to just keep this little piece over here, this little secret over here, this little secret over here. And let me tell this family something. And I'm not going to get into specific, but ain't nothing nobody did in y'all sector, in y'all family, whether it be Dee Dee, whether it be Brenda K, whether it be Brandon, that Uncle Rod don't know about. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. It ain't no secret. I know about it, okay? I just don't say nothing.
JD's pipe.
They supposed to know. And everybody else.
I'm just being real about it, because I mean, and then when I hear these things and know about these things, I don't say nothing to you, but I'm saying to myself, why would they share that with the family? We love each other. I'm not perfect. I've done a lot of things that I wasn't proud of, but I'm not gonna keep something that's devastating in my sector, in my family, away from my family. Then as soon as it hit the fan, somebody will say, I didn't know nothing about that. But I'm just telling y'all, because Uncle Rod is popular with everybody in his family.
The connection.
I know about it.
And I know. I think. Hopefully, Brenda phone didn't die, but we gonna see right here. I'm gonna pause it real quick. So we're gonna have a little commercial right here, a little commercial break for y'all, and we'll be right back with y'all.
Thank you.
All right, welcome back, everyone. We're back to it with All in the Family with my Uncle Rod, my Aunt Dee Dee, and my Aunt Brenda. And we were just talking about, what do you want to see in the family going forward? So, Brenda, what do you want to see in the family? What changes you want to see in the family, if any?
I don't know what to tell you. I guess I agree with what Rodney says, and I think that's pretty much all of us. Because I see you wanted that as well. Let's talk. I would like more get together. I know COVID has kind of tore us down, and I've had several family members on my side of the family with COVID. So, as a matter of fact, Destiny is just getting past COVID.
Amen.
So, just want to see more unity. And I joined a family reunion this weekend that was just fabulous. We went to Oklahoma to the cabins, and everybody had their own cabin. That is something that we must do as a family.
Okay.
Each room had its own bathroom. The only common area was downstairs at the kitchen, or in the living room area, or outside. And they had barbecue pits and whatnot. You can cook out. And we played volleyball. We played sack races. We did. It was so much competition. And that might be a good thing for our family reunion. A good place to come together. It was dominoes, cards, all kind of board games. It was just a happy day.
I do love
happy weekend.
I do love the competition we have in our family. I think we've gone to the point where peaceful was our competition. Like, we got to have a spades tournament. The Drakes are like undefeated over the past how many years now?
Rodney, listen to this.
Oh my goodness.
Rodney, listen to this.
I know y'all had it. But y'all don't have. It's okay to pass that torch on.
Brandon telling my son and my grandson-in-law, You don't want to play with us.
Was I lying though? Was I lying? Oh my. Okay. Hey Melvin, that's all I love. But we'll get to you but when I'm gonna break for the little story time. This was 2 years ago. Uncle Rod for Christmas. And playing spades. Now, he in the family. This is like my third time coming around, and I told him like, hey, he want to play spades, and he talking noise. I'm like, hey. Like, I'm not saying you can't play, but you may want to be careful because I know how. Like Dee just
watch
said,
your partner. Don't choose that partner.
And that's what I'm trying to tell them because you got to have your A. I haven't seen you play. You got to have your A game. My wife was like, "Don't be." I'm like, I'm trying to help him out. I don't know talking about because he playing against Detroit. We good. We know we got out in sync. You have a new partner. You got to know your partner. That's I said. I did a whole show about learning how to play spades. And y'all hear me curse a lot in that, but I'm like, rule number 1 is communication. You got to pick. You got to have a partner you can communicate with. I don't care if you're a bad hand or not. If you can't communicate with your partner, it's a fact. And I just know, oh man, it was. Now we were winning, but I was feeling bad at the same time because man, he got quieter and quieter every time. And Brinda went smack off on him. I'm like, I told him though. I told him that was gonna happen. I'm like,
that's all right.
Yeah. And I see you play cards and they talk all that noise. Right now, I know you Brinda too.
But that's the point. But that's in the family. That's what I say.
That's right.
But I would love to have sports games. So I'm. But once again, I'm all for like not only come together. I'm hearing from from the conversation and being more open and transparent with one another, but actually seeing one another and coming together. So, Dee, what changes you want to see?
What changes you want to see?
What changes you want to see in the family?
Too. More unity in the family. Talking, communicating with each other.
Okay.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. That's the pillars of everything: culture, communication, respect, and consistency, and keep it going. And once again,
keep it moving.
Yeah, and keep it going. Hey, and come back together. Like we got a lot of things we're doing out here. That's my thing. And get to know what are we doing. I know from I remember Ebony with the nonprofit. I still ask her about it from this. You want to, hey, where can I help you in this? If I know what Destiny has the hair gel and the hair and the personal business. Melvin is with the photography. Shayla is with the clothes. Well, Miss, I want to know what we involved in outside. You working? How's church going? What's coming up new? That's what I remember messing with Aunt Didi. When I found out Aunt Didi, you want lead librarian? You was in an election, man. Let me know how I can support you.
Yeah, we didn't even know it.
That's big.
But
to
I
me.
was so excited. It was big to me too.
That is big. Like if Brinda.
But I always take pictures, okay? I show my pictures that we took when we went to California. And we took with the iPhone. I said, well, hey, we want you to take our pictures. I said, we don't have to pay all that money to talk. We get us a good iPhone, and we can take our own pictures here. Take that money and do something else with it in the neighborhood.
Always. And that's the thing about it. But once again, how do we continue? That's what I want to see. That's a change I want to see.
Yeah.
It's all of it. It's make sure once again know who we are, know what we do, know our pros and know our cons. Once again, if you use this the method, everybody's not going to be good at everything.
Right.
Everybody can't be the quarterback. Everybody can't be the running back. Everybody can't be the receiver. We're gonna have some people that need to be on the line. We're gonna need to give it people to go catch the ball and throw the ball. Okay. And that's how I look at family. So what are we good at? What do we like to see? What do we like to do? Because if we want to grow, that's one thing I think this is years that we can look back and hold each other accountable. That's the other thing. Hold each other accountable and understand what we're able to do and what we're not. Like I say, I know Grandpa. Like man, like this morning, I've been up since 8. It's a weekend day, but I'm like, I got a lot to do. I know I had the recording, I had the editing, I have to do the posting. I have to make sure I still got to break down some boxes. My honey-do list, whatever the case may be. And I'm telling you, I wake up, I look at the Bible, and I think, okay, when when you lay in the bed, you're drowsy and you're tired. It's like, man, if my grandpa was here, he'll be on my neck So let's get it going. You know,
Worry about you in the shoestring.
So example, and it goes back to holding each other accountable, and that's something I want to make sure. Hopefully, my other cousins, younger cousins, listening to this as well. You know, hopefully this is a show of love. You know, so if you don't know what we're talking about and you don't understand it, and you know you're not part of the family, I hope you do still listen to it. I hope you see this is growth, and hope this is continuing to instill this in your family as well. And if you have advice for us, send it to us. Especially, you know, I'm not a person of ignorance or, you know, hard headed at all times, but I would love to take something in so I can continue to acclimate that into my family, implement it in my family, put it that way. But I was telling a story to Dee Dee the other day that, man, I never forget. You know, I felt too comfortable. You know, I got too comfortable with Grandpa. Okay, this is me maybe 4, 5 years old. All right, you know, me and my grandpa was like this. All right, love the man. And I remember he was going to the grocery store. All right. He was about to make a run in the store. He was in his pickup. This one he was still driving. And I remember he was like, all right, now, Brandon, you need to go tie your shoes. Now, I didn't really know how to tie my shoes, but, you know, I ain't even going to worry about that. I'm going to the store. We'll worry about them shoes later. All right. So I'm automatically thinking I'm going to the grocery store no matter what. All right. So he come back around again. Hey, you ain't tied them shoes yet. I'm not playing. You better tie them shoes. I'm going to leave you. And me, too comfortable. Still not like, hey, this grandpa, somebody time for him, he gonna end up time. This is me not really thinking it through like that, but as being an adult, this is what I know as a child. This is what I was really treating it as. And I'll never forget, he came down here like, all right, I told you to tie them shoes. I'm leaving. Bye. Man, when I heard that truck rear up and he actually back, you know, because sometimes y'all used to mess with us. Y'all back out a little bit and like, oh, come on. It was no come on. It was he gone. Like, what would I tell you? Like, I know y'all done had when the amount of tears that came out, the amount of hurt and just he left me. When I tell y'all I learned how to tie my shoes that day, I was like, one time he got home, I knew 3 different ways to tie my shoes, and that's without Google. Okay, from bunny ears, crisscross, the whole 9. I was like, oh man, I'm telling you, I was sick. I was like, man, but I use that as I tell other kids that I mentor it. I like, man, that's a story. I had to, you know, bump my head. You know, I had to be hurt to make progress, you know. Yeah. And that's why I say accountability. It's like, man, once again, we here for you, but I'm gonna have to have that standard for you. Okay. Yeah. It's not in the standard. It's not, let me use standard. I have expectations for you. Okay. Yeah. Because it went by doing so, we can have fun. No telling what he would have bought me if I would have able to go to the store with him. You know what I mean? Not only spending time with him, but he probably, you know, he spoiled us. Yes. You know? Yeah. But there was a moment he was like, no, you gonna learn today. And I learned that day. So that's just an experience. And that's what I was like. I'm calling and checking on my little cousins. Like, you know, this is the first week for them. A lot of them in high school this year. Okay? Like, well, we got 4 freshmen this year, at least 4. We got a few of them in college now, you know, in the age. Yes. And now I'm like, okay, you're at a point where the games ain't gonna be here for you. You know, you becoming an adult. All right. And high school is a very influential age or time, and I'm trying to make sure we can share as much with them right now. So from all ages. So I enjoy it. And, you know, this is something that's also been in my mind. And, you know, we go closing soon, but y'all coming up in age, y'all going to high school or y'all may have been younger. A time, and this is outside of family right here, but this is just how we took things in the family. When we had desegregation, what was that experience like? What was that moment when y'all had to transfer, if you had to deal with it? Because we're from Texas, okay? Yeah. And, you know, I know we have a Scotty that's in the building, you know, 2 of them, you know, and I hear so much about MJ Scott. And
we were praying that we wanted to be part of MJ Scott, not Robert E. Lee.
Okay.
Right, and we just were part of it.
And my daddy made it happen. He bought us a car with push buttons. And we drove ourselves to Emmett Scott until we finished high school. We passed right by Robert E. Lee and said thumbs up and kept going.
Yeah. Wow.
And we learned a lot from going there, Miss Scott. We learned more about our culture. And we had teachers that knew our parents, and they were very supportive in making sure we got what we needed. So if I had to do it again, Rodney, Miss Scott.
Wow. Love it. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know about Dee Dee, but that's me.
How you feeling, Dee Dee?
And Miss Scott. Yeah.
Because you went all your 4 years too, right?
I was the last class in Miss Scott, 71. They closed it after the year I graduated. They closed.
You know, this is something I really want to touch on more. So I'm gonna reach out to some more folks that actually experienced what desegregation was like, what it went through, and what's the focus in. And Uncle, 4 years later, you was at a desegregated school, and what did you have any different experience, or was it okay, or did you see a difference, or did you have to just make it work? Did you have to adjust to everything?
Rodney?
I'm listening because I'm listening to the years y'all talking about. I think my situation may be a little bit different from you guys because I experienced it the first time when I went to the 6th grade. And we moved from the south side from 1736 East Colvin to 1167 Kirkwall. So I went from Morningside Elementary, which was all predominantly black, to Carter Park Elementary, which was predominantly white, with a few blacks. So my transition in the 6th grade probably wasn't as devastating or like being a high schooler saying, hey, I got to finish with my people. I don't want to go to school with the white one. I had a smooth transition. I've never been bashful in talking. Matter of fact, I took a leadership role as a minority in the 6th grade. Then I went on to Rosemont, and I was shocked. I guess I say shocked because Rosemont was like 20% white, like maybe 60 or 70% Hispanic, then blacks being 10%. But at Rosemont, a couple of years later, we had, popularity in school, who's the most popular, Mr. Rosemont, blah, blah, this, blah, blah, that. Well, I ended up getting Mr. Rosemont as a 10% minority in the whole school. And I was voted in by more than just blacks to win that award. And I said, man, so to me, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. You just have to learn how to, get along with people that look different from you. And I think it's all about making individual choices too. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, because I hit it at a younger age. So I didn't have the problem. I really didn't have the problem. I had it more in high school than I did in elementary and middle school. Because high school, you get more popular, you're getting ready to graduate and go to college. And I think I may have shared this with you, Brandon, in my segment, is that my senior year in high school, I ran for vice president of my senior class. And I was the only black that ran, and I had 4 whites who ran against me, but it ended up being a runoff between me and another young man whose mom just happened to be president of the PTA. Well, you can about imagine how that.
I was about to say, you know how that works.
So, but other than that one incident in my senior year, I didn't have any problem.
Wow. And once again, thank you for sharing on, because I ask these questions so we can get a perspective from numerous different people. You go have, and I already know you have some that's going to be, pro this and some going to be pro that. So, but this is helpful. It's just something with us, with the, from the Drakes to the Peavies to the Franklins to the Simmons, we're still Johnsons at the end of it all. That's how I'm looking at it. And I consistently meet with new people, and with the family, I'm rough on family. I don't consider myself rough. I just once again, my expectations could be high at times, and because I know what we're capable of. So anything I know on Brinda, like if we want to go to a cabin, we can make it to a cabin. If we want to make it to a cabin, my thing is we can be in a field just with us, and we'll find something together. That's what I want. You know, I don't feel like when I'm with y'all, I don't feel like I'm a stranger, if that makes sense. I feel like I'm absolutely, this is y'all, this is us. Even when I meet these new kids and, these new babies, I don't want them to feel like, hey, where y'all been, because we here. So, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I would say, it coming up and with me specifically, having my mother that had a experience. I can't say I was just raised by two parents. That's the best thing I can say. I got ties to my father's side, I got ties to my mother's side. But I see when I did the makings of Mr. D713, I made sure to say, I was brought up. I remember my parents being together for a very short period of time. I remember having grandma, grandpa, my mama. I remember Uncle Burrow. Then, my times of summer spent with Aunt Dee Dee and Aunt Winnie. Then, the influence of my rest of my cousins, Uncle Rod to Pat to Carlos, Mark, Aaron, Anki, Shanae, Tanya, to living with Aunt Brenda. I am a community of, I'm a overall child of this family, if that makes sense. I cannot just say, hey, my mother is Marguerite Denise Drake and father is Lawrence Greg Drake. But when I tell you, it's something that I'm over encompassing of this family. I all represent y'all. That's what I would say. So everything, and I appreciate all the kind words and things y'all may say about me from time to time, but hey, it come from y'all. So I'm a reflection of y'all. So once again, thank you so much for being here, and I hope to continue to make y'all proud and do good things in this world.
Oh, well, you make me quiet.
But I'm for y'all, I appreciate it all. Because once again, I can't be me without y'all. So okay. As soon as Brenda go ahead and she wants to, I know she handle business, but we go sit down, we go do our little last closing statements, and we go head on out of here. But
okay,
I'm gonna say this. I know y'all, the social media. If y'all trying to reach them, y'all can reach through me, and I once again, me. Y'all know I'm Drake. Y'all see me cutting up on some things, but most time it's really us getting to know one another. So hopefully y'all got to know, once again, for the people who don't know my family, the impact we've had all around. We love to know more what we can do, what we can see, and what impact we may have had on you. Oh, and you can unmute yourself, Auntie. Hold on, let me help you with that. But it's to all the other families that we come in contact with, because every time, the Johnson family has ties to many other families, not only in Tyler, but also in Fort Worth as well, from the, extension of the Franklin family. So I want to say once again, hey, y'all can check me out or check us out with Everything Culture from on YouTube to Spotify, iTunes. We're on Amazon Music. We're on Audible. We almost anywhere you can listen to it. You can just go to our website at www.everythingculture.com. But we appreciate all the support. So before we head on out, y'all got anything else to say or, to put in?
Okay, I would like to put a plug in for my new addition to my family, Mr. A-List, Melvin Bullock, who has a photography company. He has a what you call a it's where you could do pictures through
360 photography.
360 photography. You know what I was trying to say. It is great. It's a lot of fun. And if you know anybody having in the parties or anything, throw his name in. That's part of promoting our family. And that's what I'm doing right now.
Love it. Thank you. Thank
Love you. All right.
All right. I was saying, I'm sorry. We have stuff going around in the neighborhood. I know that little alarm is getting right here, but
I can't hear it.
Oh, I can hear it, but it's okay. I'm glad. Well, we gonna worry about it. But one thing, I'm gonna reach out to him, see if he would like to be the clip for this, if he have any type of advertisement. But
okay.
once again, I want to say thank y'all so much for being here, aunties and uncle. You know, once again, that you said the uncles with age, that uncles with respect. I'm gonna tell you that right now. It's that respect and high respect for it. Thank you so much, and shout out to all the family. And I can go down this long list, but once again, from I know from Ebony, Natalie, Destiny, Teddy, Dante, Dayton, Shayla, London, Trenton, Chanel, Terrian, Buddy. I know no problems. Jasmine, Braylon, Carlos, Kennedy, Kayla, to Anki, Sinead, Tanya, Carlos, Aaron, Mark, even my brother Justin. I mean, Bino, to all the young ones from Caden, from Cam, with Mike, Kennedy, Amari, Nikema. Like I can keep it, but we love y'all. We really do. We wish the best for y'all.
We love them. We love our babies.
I look forward to having y'all on the show as well. So y'all get ready. All right, Trent, y'all know how I am. But hey, we want to close this as we do with every episode of Everything Culture. Our mission statement comes from the words of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., and that is, he believed that men hate each other because they fear each other. They fear each other because they don't know each other, and they don't know each other because of segregation. Because of segregation, we got miscommunication. So our goal is to build a platform, build off respect, communication, and consistency so we get to know each other so we can love one another. Thank you all.
Right.
And God bless. Peace.
God bless you as well.